This woman was diagnosed with terminal cancer and decided to leave this world together with her mentally disabled son. While her son was fast asleep, she lit charcoal in the bedroom, intending to end both their lives through carbon monoxide poisoning. Just as she lit the charcoal, she heard her son calling her. Jack, still drowsy, told her he wanted to eat lots of fried eggs for breakfast tomorrow, then immediately fell back asleep. She stood there in a daze for a moment, then began to cry. She realized her son had the right to pursue tomorrow, and what right did she have to take away his life? She lived with her 30-year-old son. Although Jack was an adult, he had a congenital intellectual disability with the mental capacity of a 10-year-old child. Jack would use shampoo as toothpaste, and was afraid to shave by himself. For 30 years, she had taken care of Jack's daily needs as if caring for a baby. She ran a small convenience store by the roadside, and life had been manageable. But one day she noticed her hands wouldn't stop shaking, and every morning she woke up with severe headaches. She went to the hospital for tests, and when the results came back, she learned she had brain cancer, late stage. Without surgery, she would die within 6 months. Even with surgery, her life would only be extended by another 6 months at most. The sudden devastating news left her sitting on the floor at home for a long time, until her son accidentally broke the microwave. Only then did she suddenly realize, if she died, who would take care of Jack? She had a daughter, but they were currently at odds. Her daughter had married years ago, and ran a clothing store with her husband, but business had been poor lately. The couple couldn't even afford the store rent. A few nights ago, her daughter came asking for money. Knowing she had a savings account with a considerable sum, she refused to give her daughter the passbook. That money was meant for Jack. This led to a huge argument between them. Thinking that after her death, her daughter as Jack's sister would be his only family, she decided to give the money to her daughter and ask her to take care of Jack. But when she arrived at her daughter's clothing store, she saw her daughter arguing with her son-in-law. The son-in-law looked refined and gentle, but unexpectedly had a terrible temper in private. Seeing his sister being bullied, Jack rushed into the store and grabbed the man by the throat. But his sister didn't thank Jack for standing up for her. Instead, she slapped him. The sister had always resented Jack because their mother had always favored him. Seeing her son being hit, she rushed in and slapped her daughter. She understood then that her daughter wouldn't be able to take care of Jack in the future. Her daughter had her own pile of problems and could barely take care of herself. She could only send her son to a care facility, but when she saw those disabled people locked up like prisoners, she gave up. So she decided to teach her son to live independently. The next morning, she made Jack get up and make his own breakfast. She told her son that she would be traveling far away in the future, so he needed to learn to cook for himself. Didn't you say long ago that you wanted to live on your own? When I go traveling, if you're careless with your cooking, I'll come right back to scold you. And so she began teaching Jack to make breakfast, his favorite fried eggs. But when cracking the eggs, Jack smashed the whole egg, shell and all, into the pan. His mother patiently taught him, and sure enough, on the second try, Jack cracked a perfect egg. She took her son on the bus, telling Jack what each stop corresponded to. To teach Jack how to use home appliances, she put instruction labels on various appliances. One day the neighbor brought good news. The community's charity bakery had an opening for a disabled employee, and he had secured it for Jack. She took Jack to the bakery to start as an apprentice. The first time making a sandwich, Jack still acted like a child, and ate the bacon that was supposed to go in the middle of the sandwich. Time passed slowly, and Jack learned many things. He began shaving by himself, not only learned to make breakfast, but could also prepare complex lunches on his own. That evening she told her son she would be spending the entire next day at a friend's house, so Jack would need to arrange his own day. Early the next morning, she went to her daughter's clothing store and told her about the cancer diagnosis. Handing over the passbook, she told her daughter, "Take half the money in the passbook for emergencies. You must keep the other half. When I pass away, use that half to take care of your brother. I know you think I'm biased. When I was pregnant with your brother, your father became seriously ill. I was working while taking care of you and your father. I was so busy all day that I often forgot to eat or take my medicine. Maybe that's why Jack was born with intellectual disabilities. I've always felt guilty about your brother. I failed him." After leaving her daughter's clothing store, she called home but no one answered. She thought her son was still sleeping in, but when she got home, Jack wasn't there, and the room had been tidied up perfectly by him. She went to the bakery and saw Jack at work, getting along well with his colleagues. Her son could live normally without her. While she was happy, she also felt a little lost. She looked at the chair beside her. Her son used to sit there keeping her company all day. While she was feeling melancholy alone, her head suddenly started hurting again. She went to the hospital for a checkup, and the doctor told her that if she didn't have surgery soon, she might not last 6 months. She hesitated, because even with surgery, she would only live another 6 months. Rather than spend so much money on treatment, she thought it better to save the money for her son.